Good morning, good morning. Yeah, so technically, we have it's Eid here, so basically it's been a big long month of fasting during the day. People don't eat or drink during the day, and then at the end of it, there's like a big feast when people can celebrate eating and drinking in the day again. So my husband is Muslim. So he's been fasting all month, and he took us all out for breakfast this morning, which was lovely. So I'm back here now, and we are having a couple of days of family time and stuff like that. But don't worry, I will still be here tomorrow for our Oracle card session in the mornings. But today we are continuing our VA Biz Kills. And we've got a new topic to talk about today. I promise to keep myself together today in this one. Hopefully, I lost it a little bit yesterday, but keeping it real. So we did output and action yesterday. We've also done this week a couple of other topics. We've done self-talk, that was a big one. And then prioritizing and procrastinating, all big VA kills. Now, today, what is our topic of discussion? Today is guidelines and boundaries. This is another really big VA biz kill, but also it's quite big in terms of ourselves personally. Let me just open this window here, let some sun in. Because we need guidelines and boundaries with our clients. It's absolutely essential. These are established at the very beginning of the relationship, ideally before you have even agreed to do any work with a client. This is why within One Sourcing, we have the One Sourcing pledge built in to the business model. And for those of you who don't know what One Sourcing is, it's my virtual assistant business model. It's technically something that you can apply within your virtual assistant business that will help solve and resolve and avoid a lot of the problems that can arise when working as a virtual assistant with a client. And within that, we have this pledge, and I always ask clients to look over this pledge and make sure that they're comfortable and agree with how we should work together and how we should move forward in the relationship. So I've literally put down and thought about all of my boundaries, my guidelines, how my expectation management with the client, that's a big one, like telling the client what I expect from them, telling them what they can expect from me, what's okay, what's not okay, that type of thing. And I just say to the client, just check that out, and as long as you agree with our relationship and how it's going to move forward, then we're going to just have a fantastic time together. And I swear everyone who's agreed with that pledge and been like full on, it's just been so harmonious and wonderful working with them. So guidelines and boundaries are really important in the workspace and in the work environment to help manage expectations with the potential client or clients. And the second thing you need guidelines and boundaries in is with yourself. Okay, so you need to have your own personal guidelines and personal boundaries. I'm talking about the point where, when we're building a business and we're working really hard to get to where we want to be, sometimes our health can suffer because of it. Our mental health, our physical health, our spiritual health, our emotional health, all of this can suffer if we don't have our own guidelines and boundaries that we apply to ourselves within our own lives. So what am I talking about now? I'm talking about making sure you get enough sleep. Where is your cutoff point where you say, I need to make sure I get at least 7 hours sleep tonight, so I need to stop working at this time? Or where is the cutoff point where you say, I've been looking at the screen too long and I need to stop? Where are all of these boundaries within yourself where you are committing, and it is a commitment, to your health and well-being while you build the business? Now, for many years, I did not do this at all. I had zero boundaries with myself. And during this time, I was also raising small children as well. So I was raising small children, I had zero boundaries with myself, and I was just then starting to come into the idea that I needed to have boundaries with clients. So basically, I had a guidelineless boundaryless life. And what did that do for me? Well, I was able to, maintain a life, an existence, but I was tired a lot of the time. I was very, very overweight. I didn't have a lot of energy. I can honestly say I probably drank a bit too much during that time, because it was kind of like I was using that as a way to sort of, that was my me time type thing. And now I try to form healthier habits around like what I want to do for my me time. Still love a glass of wine, still love a cocktail, but like there's a difference between a recreational drink and then like, oh my God, I've managed to get through another day, I'm going to have a glass of wine type thing. There was all kinds of boundaries and guidelines that I had to put in place with myself to ensure that I was being the best that I could be and showing up at work the best that I could be, not just for myself, but for my clients too. And I took this very, very seriously. And there has to be a serious commitment to this, because, you think to yourself, by just simply knowing that you've got work to do and getting the work done, you think that that is the accomplishment. I've done it. I set this task or many tasks and I've got them done. But in the end, you're tired, you're burnt out, you're overwhelmed, you're feeling like life is just Groundhog Day and you're rolling through one day to the next, just never feeling alive and vibrant and healthy and energetic, but you've got those tasks done. Okay, you need to really think about where your guidelines and boundaries are. We talked as well a lot about organization and management of time and making sure that you are allowing, yourself to build into your business the things that you personally need within your life. And that is the only thing that's going to make it really fulfilling. There is this dream of being a business owner, and we've got the virtual assistant dream coming up 14th to 17th of May. You can go and sign up for it at virtualmissfriday.com/TVAD. So we've got this coming up, and we're going to be talking about a lot of these topics about how we actually find that balance and that unison between our business and our lifestyles, where we are not compromising on either one in order to be successful. It's just so, so important. And guidelines and boundaries are a massive part of that. Learning how to set them, making sure you stick to them, knowing that they're there for a really damn good reason. So that's today's VA Biz Kill, and that's our final VA Biz Kill, because we're doing our Oracle cards tomorrow. So I hope you found our Biz Kills topic this week informative and useful and helpful. Again, this is not rocket science. These are all genuine reminders of what's good for us, and that's the most important thing, is we're constantly considering what's good for us, and we try to put things in place. We can't be all loosey-goosey about our lives these days, because there's too much going on. There's too much in terms of the internet and technology and, things that we need to do, places that we need to be. I was literally sitting and telling my daughter the other day, my 15-year-old daughter, who's grown up in the tech world, like when I was your age, I didn't have a mobile phone. When I was your age, we had to call people on the landline. When I was your age, we had no internet, no social media, nothing. It always felt like we had a little bit more life in us back then, because we had a little bit less technology. And in this day and age, thank God we have amazing technology. It's brilliant. It allows me to live out my dream as a virtual assistant. It allows me to manage things a lot better. It allows me to stay more organized, but I have to do that now. I have to be more organized because of how the world is working. It's very different to the 80s and 90s now. So that also comes with needing to make a very conscious effort to ensure that you commit to life outside of the grind, shall we say. It is a lot more difficult to do that these days, but it's still essential. you know. And I was watching videos the other day, and again, these pop up in my feed, and I don't know why, but I feel like I can share them. These were videos of people who'd had near-death experiences, and then they were telling you what was happening on the other side of this moment where they died for a little while and then came back again. And everyone said, like, you're never thinking about, I should have done more mundane tasks, or I should have worked harder, or I should have, you know, struggled more. Nobody ever thinks that to themselves, you know. And I think the most important thing is we really try and take on board, and it's so important that we take this on board, that we're only in this body once, okay? We might be spiritual beings, souls that reincarnate and come back many, many times, or you might believe that we don't. But either way, no matter what you believe is on the other side, we've got one opportunity in this body. And I'm coming up to 43 now, as I mentioned yesterday. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm pretty much probably about halfway through now, maybe slightly less than halfway, who knows. But I really want to make this second half count, you know. And I really, really want to learn from all the lessons that I've experienced in my life. And believe me, nobody wins any prizes for struggling. Nobody. So really, really think about that. Martha, we're just about to go into accountability now. No worries, darling. We'll be back here tomorrow for card readings. You can catch the replay of this session. We were talking about guidelines and boundaries. And all that jazz. So yeah, do check back the replay. Yes, and do come tomorrow, guys. We've got our oracle reading, 1, 2, or 3. Dream about it tonight. Think about what number is going to resonate with you, and then we'll do that reading tomorrow. But for now, we're going to sign off, and we are going to do our daily accountability. Journals at the ready, folks. This is so important. This is the most important thing you're going to do today. Promise you. Okay, take care, guys, and I'll see you on the other side tomorrow. Do your accountability. Before we begin, don't forget you can join me live online inside Virtual Co-working Space at www.virtualmissfriday.com/VCS. If you enjoy this session, give it a like. I'd love to hear from you, so write me a comment. And so you don't miss any updates, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. So now we're going to look for the positive with our gratitude. First, we'll spend 1 minute thinking of the day before. Thinking of all the things that happened, reflecting on work, interactions, relationships, memorable moments, and more. Now you'll write one thing down minimum that you're grateful for. You can, of course, write down more. Something good, something that went right, a small moment or a big win. The more you search for things to be grateful for, the more you will experience things to be grateful for. Now we're going to read out your goal. Make sure your goal is written down in a journal or somewhere you can easily access it. Read your goal now, ideally out loud, and commit to this goal. Believe it will happen. And by reading this daily, the universe knows clearly what your goal is, and the things begin to shift in the direction of your goal. Follow your instincts when this happens by taking action. Now you need to see your goal in visualization. Spend this minute thinking about the goal in your mind. See yourself taking steps towards the goal, or even better still, see yourself having already achieved the goal. Close your eyes and go there. Step into the feeling, step into the place, step into the accomplishment. And finally, it's time for your most important task. Set this task for today and make it relating to your goal. This could be something small like sending an email, recording a video, or making a phone call, or it could be bigger. Either way, one task a day is one step forward, and those steps will add up. Do what you can from where you are now. Set the intention, and the action will carry you towards your goal. Well done you for completing your daily co-create session. Have a fantastic day ahead, and I'll see you next time.